Which chapter will start? First condition, unnecessary talking. Sitaba. Yes, my dear.
Good afternoon, sir.
Bowl brother. Start with the next chapter, that is the reproductive system. For that, I wanted to close all your books, everything. Like textbook to the whole thing. Presentation. Right. We start with the next part, that is the reproductive system. Now, when I say reproductive system,
नहीं सर वो उसका नहीं कोल्ड ड्रिंक है अदरवाइज कोल्ड ड्रिंक वो दूध पीता है हम लोग के सामने दूध होटल दूध
for the initial we would be not going with the good part, we will be talking about something else. Okay, but with respect to the reproductive system only, and then we go on to the the moment I say reproductive system, we're talking about the process of reproduction. So how would I define the term reproduction?
सर
पुराने बच्चे
when male and female gametes fuse together form a second human cycle.
Good. Is it reproduction or is it fertilization? Reproduction both are fertilization.
reproduction is producing one or two individuals.
Good. But a continuation of species. Continuation of species.
You have to make it of one with the particular traits or characteristics of the parent.
The reproduction is a genetic combination. If the process of giving birth to young ones of its own kind, or the process of giving birth to young ones of its own kind, or continuation of species is what I mean by reproduction. Giving birth to new individuals, giving birth to individuals, giving birth to organisms, it's not doing because then dog giving birth to a dog, cat giving birth to a cat, that's fine. For a dog giving birth to a cat, so giving birth to young ones, है ना? उसके टाइप के तो नहीं, and definitely होता नहीं है, but human being giving birth to donkey or so there, obviously, giving birth to young ones of its own kind is known as reproduction. Now, in the reproduction part, we are having two parts. One is sexual reproduction, and another is asexual reproduction. No doubt, in this chapter, we are not concerned with asexual reproduction. Or we are concerned with sexual in terms of plant or animal. हम सिर्फ animals में सिर्फ human. So when I say sexual reproduction, talking about wherein the fusion of gametes to produce a zygote, that's known as fertilization, and that's a part of sexual reproduction. Involvement of two parents, basic number verification करना है. Involvement of two parents, involvement of one parent. Technically, not the right one, but आपके level पे चल जाए. Then fusion of gametes takes place over here. There is no fusion of gametes. Fission होगा जरूरी नहीं. Could be vegetative, it could be asexual, it was that right. So we cannot write fusion of fission. We just write fusion of gametes takes place. No fusion or such takes place in case of asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction is a means in lower organisms like Porifera, Colentrata, Porifera, Annelida, Arthropoda. In कुछ groups में आपको ये asexual reproduction होता है. But higher organisms like vertebrates may find sexual reproduction as a mode or means of reproduction. So that's basic knowledge. हम इसमें कुछ interesting नहीं है. We should jump on to our topic, that is human reproductive system. So when I say human reproductive system, I'm talking about male and female. So the first question is, when does a male reproductive system starts functional? At what stage? The symptom so adolescence of puberty. Okay, so obviously in case of boys, when I say the male reproductive system starts functioning, what do you mean by this is production of sperms, which occurs during puberty. Then we never use adolescence in reproduction. Okay, adolescence बहुत ही different than the term puberty. Puberty can be much earlier. Adolescence एक stage के बाद. Okay, so we are not going into the part of adolescence because adolescence is normally off late, and second thing is it is identity crisis. वहाँ पे बहुत सारे psychological changes होते हैं. Puberty में more of the physiological changes rather than psychological changes. So in the boys, the puberty starts, the boys obviously start producing sperms. So the reproductive system starts functioning. In terms of females,
the eggs are produced with the babies in the womb, and it stops producing eggs when it is born.
and it is at birth. Okay, अपन already discuss किया था ये.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in the girls it is exactly opposite. Girls में देखा जाए तो obviously the development of eggs takes place in the
Sir, 55 हो गया है. Sir, 11 मिनट सर, 11 मिनट.
Anna, what time lecture starts? Good, so please stand. 11 minute खड़े रहना. So yeah, in the girls, the egg production starts in the fetus stage. Okay, fetus stage is somewhere in the 4 to 5 months के आसपास. So there would be millions of cells start producing at this stage. ये production कब तक चालू रह रहा है? Till birth. So birth there would be a million cells produced. Then million cells are not the eggs. They are the primitive form, what we say as primordial cells. Now, once this is birth hua, production stops. No further addition will take place. Now, from the birth till puberty, what is happening?
Cells.
What? Growth of? No.
Depletion of cells.
Migration of cells? No.
Depletion. Depletion of iron.
There is regeneration of cells. Then million बने थे, उसमें से maximum will get degenerate. So the number which was in million may come in thousand. That much would be degenerated during this part. So let us understand over here is just a rough figure. If the girl enters into puberty at the age of 15, so 15 साल from the day one till the puberty 15 years. So in this 15 years, maximum eggs would get degenerated. That's how the nature has built us, genetically constrained. अगर ये नहीं होता, so one, the ovary would have become bulky, millions of eggs. Ovary becomes bulky. Every girl might have suffered PCOD, PCOS. अगर सुना होगा तो, okay, polycystic ovary syndrome, polycystic ovary problems. ये सब उनमें प्रॉब्लम आ सकती है। दूसरा, चांद से बोलते हैं हम इंडियंस हैं, है ना? हम दो हमारे 10-15। So the millions of eggs होते हैं, but the lady would be a living factory of giving birth to eggs. मतलब 70-80 साल बुढ़ी भी हो रही है, बच्चे पैदा हो, बस एक तो कमी नहीं हो रही। So that is why majority of them would get degenerated. Now, considering अपन एक सिर्फ फिगर दे रहे हैं, not the actual figure I am repeating. Suppose मान लो यहाँ पे कुछ 1 lakh eggs बचे. So now what happens in the puberty? The moment a girl enters into puberty, how does a girl come to know that she has entered into a puberty? Menstrual cycle starts, what we say as periods of menses. The moment the menses start, the girl comes to know, okay, she has entered into the puberty stage. Now, during the menses, like said, उनमें से कुछ few of them start developing further. So, again a figure, चलो मान लो 100 development चालू. It's like a race, 100 egg भागने के लिए ready है. All would be एक. Normally एक winner होता है. कभी कभार दो. Exactly same over here. So when they start developing, only few would reach or only one would reach to the ovum system. And उसमें से एक बचा 99 क्या हुआ? Okay. So this will go on till a period till हर महीने 100 पैसे ऐड करते जाना. जिस दिन ये रिजर्व खत्म हो जाएगा, that would be the stage of menopause. तो एक टाइम आ जाएगा जहाँ पे egg production stop. This time because she had only 1 lakh reserve. It's like आपके पास 1 लाख रुपए खर्च करने के, ऐसा खत्म, can't do anything. Exactly same over. The moment the number which is there was over, at that point the menopause will come. Now, is this number fixed? Is this number fixed for every girl? No. It will vary. So, किसी girl में 1 lakh होगा, किसी में 50 होगा, किसी में 2 lakh होगा. So, some may enter into menopause at 48 also, 45 also, 50 also, 50 also. वो vary करे. Clear with this? Everybody. Okay. Once menopause occurs, the entire quota is over. Now, that's why it is said, "Mat kabhi budha nahi ho," because sperm production. इतना जोश मत दी, unnecessary मेरा मुंह मत खोलो. So here, the moment I say sperms in terms of boys, production start hota hai and kabhi nahi. So it will keep on producing sperm till he dies. Only difference would be
quantity
quantity and quality would be occurred. Okay. So here, the quantity and quality will be affected as it comes into the old age, but production would continue. In case of puberty, in the terms of females, as she approaches menopause, the number would keep on decreasing. At the same time, quality of egg also being get affected. So it is said, भले menopause 50 years में आए, 60, 55, 50 किसी भी age में आए, but it is considered 35 plus या 40 plus quality of egg is deteriorating. So 40 के बाद अगर बच्चा पैदा हो रहा है, तो chances है that they might be abnormal because quality would be up. But जरूरी नहीं क्या हमेशा हो. Chances, probability would be higher compared to the lower age. Any doubts in this part? Sure.
Yes, sir.
Shall I go ahead?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then अब ये जो part है पूरा menses, menopause, etc. We will be some completely studying entirely under the heading menstrual cycle. तो हम menstrual cycle करेंगे तब ये पढ़ेंगे साथ में menstrual cycle book का level अलग है अपन जो पढ़ेंगे अलग है and we would overlap certain things with pregnancy part with certain dates ताकि आपको समझ में. Now going ahead is I talk about male and female, so we're talking about puberty. So obviously during the puberty what we observe is development of secondary sexual characters. So what do you mean by primary sexual character? So what is secondary sexual character? ये secondary हुआ ना मैडम. मैंने ये नहीं पूछा क्वेश्चन. मैंने पूछा था what is primary sexual character? Secondary सबको पता है. Male and female. Then the reproductive organs are primary sexual. तब पैदा होते डॉक्टर कैसे बोलता है लड़का है लड़की है. So obviously the staying of the reproductive structures is what I mean by primary reproductive character. Presence of testes and penis represent the बच्चा लड़का हुआ है, absent लड़की हुई. Now as the child or the baby grows, 1 साल 2 साल अपन आजू बाजू में देखते रहते हैं. Okay? And then no, the small children definitely are cute. हम उसको मतलब बोलते हैं अरे कितना क्यूट लड़का है. तो मम्मी बाजू में देखती है लड़का नहीं लड़की है. Okay? या वो क्यूट लड़की है लड़की लड़का है. So they normally try to wear any type of dress. छोटे बच्चे को लड़की को पहना लड़का को कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता. मतलब there small one में there is no further development. वो लड़का लड़की समझ में नहीं आता. अब लड़की को भी बड़े छोटे बाल कट करके बॉय की तरह तो लड़का किया. So vice versa also goes. But as further development takes place, as the girl or boy enters into puberty, there are certain characteristics which are developed, and that characteristics are known as secondary sexual characters. So what are secondary sexual characters in boys? What are secondary sexual characters in girls? So I think we go ahead line wise, that's better. So boys will give you secondary sexual characters of boys and girls in terms of girls. Okay. Indefinitely अगर बीच में कहीं है तो I can't help it out. Secondary sexual characters in boys. And raise your hand and look for the other. थोड़ा क्वेश्चन घुमा के पूछ लो तो आंसर सबका है. Okay. Secondary sexual characters in boys. If you are boys, you will give that. Doubt है तो I can't help it out. मुझे पूछता लड़का है ना. लड़कियां नहीं होता ना. What? क्या मतलब क्या? What is the degree? Deep voice. कितना deep? Broadening of shoulders. Gaining more muscle mass.
So here is in chest and face.
Hairs in chest and face. Okay. Put down and then shut out.
The height.
Height was faster. Or rise in testosterone level. And Adam's apple क्या? और दो Second sexual characters. First characters in terms of boys. Okay. The second sexual characters बाद में आते हैं. सबसे पहला there is starting up of the production of sperm. That is development of testes and penis. The testes start developing and the penis get enlarged, and that is how sperm production is getting onset of it. ये पहला हो रहा है. At the same time, what we can see is, if I move from up to down, the first thing is the growth of mustache and beard. The growth of mustache and beard, and not sir beard, mustache, beard. इसका कोई मतलब नहीं. Okay, so growth of mustache and beard, and not facial hairs and chest. Okay, the moment you write facial hairs, children, facial hairs सब में होता है. छोटे बच्चे में भी और लड़कियों में भी. Characteristic feature of class mammalia. So, अगर आपको दाढ़ी मूंछ नहीं आई है, तो थोड़े बाल तो होंगे ही. That's a feature of mammals. So you cannot write facial hairs. अगर हाँ facial hair लिखना है, तो growth of facial hairs bracket में mustache and beard. Then comes third Development of a typical masculine voice. Avoid deep voice. Okay. Avoid maleness. Okay. It's basically masculine, or what we say as hoarse voice. Low pitch, high pitch. Hoarse voice and not odd voice. Okay. Better to write donkey voice. Okay, so we have hoarse voice which is formed in terms of the males. Fourth point, voice के नाम होता है Adam's apple. Do not write this. Development of Adam's apple, enlargement of Adam's apple, or growth apple. All this are not a point of written over here. Then I am not able to have Adam apple. इसका ये मतलब नहीं कि लड़का नहीं. Okay, somebody said something is name या कुछ और कुछ बोला है. उसको देख के तो किसी भी एंगल से लगता है. इसका मतलब वो लड़का. So obviously, first voice, no Adam's apple involved into it. Then rounding of the shoulders and if boys में shoulder broad होना है, are just alignment that is broadening expressed in terms of chest. Then fifth point, okay, fifth point children is in terms of common factor. So boys और girls में दिखाई देता है there in the pubic and armpit areas. Is in terms of common features for both boys as well as girls. Okay. Then comes second sexual characters in females. Yes, answer.
Third is still voice.
Still voice. Enlargement of breast. Wider hips. Okay. What is the first point compared to this point?
Menstrual cycle.
So, development of the ovum, that is onset of menstrual cycle. अगर इसी फॉर्म में आता है तो इजी होता है. First, आप इस कंप्रेशन हो रहा है यहाँ पे ovum, which is seen in terms of onset of menstrual cycle. Mustache and beard, both of mustache and beard. Devoid of facial hairs, that is mustache and beard. लड़कियां दाढ़ी मूछें करने जाती नहीं. Okay, so obviously devoid of mustache and beard in terms of females. Third is in terms of the first was in boys, the second one or feminine, yeah, what we say as high pitch, yeah, irritating, yeah, manipulation. Broadening of shoulders and hips. In the girls, we heard about, there is obviously the enlargement of the breast, what we say as mammary glands or breast. At the same time, there is broadening of the hip bone or hip girdle. Why hip girdle is broadened? In order to bear the weight of the fetus in future. So that is why there is broadening of the hip bone or hip girdle. Okay. Apart from this common feature, pubic and armpit. Now, apart from that, there are many other things that normally आप लिख के आते हो and should not be written. One, the most common written is the onset of formation of acne, pimples, and all this. Okay, not associated with the puberty. Then, हर एक को acne आता है, pimples आ रहे हैं, जरूरी नहीं. Some of them may do not have throughout their life. तो इसका ये मतलब नहीं कि तुम लड़का या लड़की हो ही नहीं. So there, do not write this. It is to do with your personal hygiene and psychological development and many other. So not a part of this. भले book में बहुत जगह लिखते हैं, but actually higher level पे not considered as a part of ovary. Am I clear?
Yes, sir. Yes.
कोई doubt है?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Next we move on to is so by this secondary sexual characters, I'm repeating. When I say primary sexual character, presence of reproductive organs, presence of testes and presence of ovaries is what I mean by primary. Secondary sexual character, secondary का मतलब होता है optional, afterwards. जरूरी नहीं कि ये डेवलप हो. Will not be. Same goes for this. कई जन को दाढ़ी मुझ बहुत लेट आती है, बिल्कुल ना के बराबर. इसका ये मतलब नहीं कि लड़का लड़की है ही नहीं. बार बार अपने को चेक करके Next part is first we start with the male reproductive system. So now when I say male reproductive system, what are the main parts of a male reproductive system? Total there are 4 parts. तो 3 पकड़ लिया, 4 हो गया, 5 हो गया. मैंने बोला 4 तुम 5 में बोल गए. Sperm ducts. Right. So children, the 4 parts are testes, the duct system, accessory glands, and lastly copulatory organ. So we will be studying under 4 headings: testis, duct system, accessory glands, and okay. So we will be going one by one. Okay, first I'll explain on the board, and after that I'll put it on the slide. Okay. Now, when I say testis, testes are nothing but pinkish ovoid structures present in the male reproductive part. Okay, it is present into a bag, and this bag is known as scrotum, or scrotum, also known as scrotal sac. Now, when I talk about testes, the testes are developed in the fetal stage, somewhere at the 4th or 5th month. जहाँ पे गर्ल्स में egg production start हो जाता था, यहाँ पे the reproductive system starts forming. So 4 or 5 months के आसपास testes start हो जाते थे. Okay. Now, this testes in the fetal life are present in the abdomen. But abdomen say it starts moving downwards. It descends downwards through a canal known as inguinal. सुना है? What is it? सिर्फ सुना है. Any diseases or affected this part? कुछ term related है इसके लिए? कोई condition है? Hernia. Okay. Now, what exactly is the inguinal canal? From the abdomen, there is a small canal which is opening into the scrotum. So, testes are present in the abdominal region. When the child is born, when the baby is born, at the same time, this testis start descending downwards into the scrotum, along with the sperm duct, blood vessels, nerves, etc. पूरा का पूरा एक पैकेज नीचे आ जाता है, and from where it comes out is the inguinal canal. Now, canal से ही नीचे आ रहा है, so the pipes and everything comes from the inguinal canal. At a higher age, when we are in the upper age, sometimes due to pressure or accident or whatever, the small intestine यहाँ पे होता है. That can enter through this inguinal canal into the stomach. इस condition को hernia है. Okay? Normally ये कब होता है? Is in terms of major accidents like pipe accidents में no tank of the change होता है तो forward action. And when you sit, your testes are almost close associated with. So there is a collision can affect resulting into this part of it. So here are many other factors will be there. So that's a part of it. So through the inguinal canal, the testes descend downwards into the stomach. The only mammal which is an exception to this category is elephant. Elephant may the testes are present in the abdominal region. It descends its testes into the scrotum when the reproductive stage is. So जब चाहिए तब वो descend करे, or else it would be in the abdominal region. So in human beings, we say the term as our testes are extra abdominal. मतलब abdomen में नहीं है, abdomen के बाहर है. Into a bag-like structure known as scrotum. Now, why in the scrotum? Inner heat of body. Heat. मैडम मोबाइल फोन पे हो तुम्हारे पीछे वाले can you please pass that phone away? Okay, so extra abdominal entities or structures. Now, in the scrotum, the primary function of testis is to produce sperm, and for sperm production, I require 2 to 3. अलग-अलग book में लिखा है 2 to 3, 2 to 4. That is 2 to 4 degrees Celsius, less than the body temperature. So ध्यान देना है आपके. One of the most important questions is asked. Give reason. Okay, why are testes present in the scrotum, or why are testes in human referred as extra abdominal entities? Sir, सब लिखते हैं और कई जगह सर लिखा तो राइट था मार्क्स नहीं भी. Reason is simple. You written the testes need to be extra abdominal or present in the scrotum to maintain the 2 to 4 degree less than the body temperature. Less than the body temperature समझ में आया, पर वो क्यों चाहिए वो नहीं समझ में आया. So my first point by default has to be testis produces sperm, which requires 2 to 3 degrees less than the body temperature. So when they are outside, body temperature इस तरफ है, ये बाहर की तरफ है. So this will be somewhere about 37. So because it is hanging outside, it would be somewhere about 35, 34 K. What structure helps this to maintain the temperature? Scrotum में. The scrotum is made up of cremaster muscles, not required, just for knowledge. क्या पूरा scrotum muscular structure ही है. So these muscles either get sagged, so they loosen up and the testes will move away from the main body. Okay? Yeah, the scrotum will be pulled up contact, so the testes will be moved towards the body. Okay? When you bath in the summertime, गर्मियों में गर्म पानी से नहा, ऑलरेडी टेम्परेचर आउटसाइड इज है, उसमें गर्म पानी से नहा के आए हो, सो व्हाट विल हैपन, फाइंड द स्कॉटम इज फ्लैट, नीचे जाएगा। रीजन, ऑलरेडी बॉडी इज हाई, बाहर का टेम्परेचर भी हाई है, उसके ऊपर नहाए भी हाई है, तो ऑब्वियसली गॉन डाउन टू मेंटेन दैट टेम्परेचर। विंटर में ठंडी है, उस पे ठंडे पानी से नहा के, so obviously find the scrotum being pulled upwards. So this regulation is done by what we say as the scrotum. Clear with this, everybody? Okay. Just for knowledge again, then करोड़ों लोग में से एक आध लड़का अनलकी हो सकता है जिनमें टेस्टिस नीचे ही नहीं है। ओके, कंडीशन known as क्रिप्टोर की डिजीज, वो ऑपरेट करके, पुराने जमाने में was a problem, nowadays it is operated and can be taken care of. So when the testis fail to descend into the sperm, पैदाइशी लड़का है, okay, but because it is an abdomen, obviously function would be affected. So there, operate करके, nowadays it is being shifted downwards. So that condition was referred as cryptor. Clear with this? So by that we complete the only where the testes are. So यहाँ पे दो ही क्वेश्चन आए, एक where testes located, they are present in the outside the abdomen in the bag-like structure known as scrotum. Second question, give reasons. So obviously the primary function of testis is to produce sperm, which requires 2 to 3 degree less than the body temperature. ये दो क्वेश्चन इस पर। The doubts? Okay. Now the testis scrotum में most delicate organ but not protected. बोन वगैरह होता है तो टेम्परेचर मेंटेन करने के लिए पॉसिबिलिटी, इसके लिए आउटसाइड but not protected, and the most important point specifically for girls, किसी ने छेड़ा तो hit right spot, तो सामने वाला नीचे फ्लैट होना ही चाहिए। अगर pointed sandal हो and you are very good at it will work wonders. सीजन का बॉल भी जब लगता है ना, गाड़ी के ऊपर भी कभी नानी आ जाए, advantage for me, the last. For you, it is also advantage. मेरे लिए बहुत बड़ा एडवांटेज है, बस अवे फ्रॉम द कैमरा एज क्या कर सकता हूँ Now, if I take a internal structure of the testis, now, internally, if I take the testis, they are divided into small compartments. These small compartments are known as testicular lobules. Almost there are 200 to 250 testicular lobules. तो यहाँ पे मैं 3-4 ड्रॉ किया है, डायग्राम में आपको 8-9 दिखाई देंगे, 200 तो दिखाई सकता हूँ. But normally within the testis there are small compartment and there are 200 to 250 compartment known as testicular lobules. This compartment are formed because of the division of the scrotum, the inner line. उतने लाइनिंग की आपको डिटेल की जरूरत नहीं है. So right now, thus testicular lobules. Within this testicular lobules are the basic structural and functional unit of testis, known as seminiferous tubules. Now, what is the seminiferous tubule? हमने कहा था basic structural and functional unit of life. That of the brain, that of kidney, another name for nephron. Good. What is uriniferous tubule meaning? Good. So what is seminiferous tubule meaning? Good. Expected.
एकदम एंड में बनता है जब ऑल द
चल यहाँ पे बने यूरिन फेरस फॉर्मिंग ट्यूबल्स. Do not go with the part semini semen forming tubules. यहाँ पे semini stands for sperm forming tubules and do not write semen forming tubules. Semen यहाँ पे आता है, semen is at the end. So यहाँ पे sperm forming tubules is what seminiferous tubules are. Now, this seminiferous tubules which are there, within which are producing the sperms. Now, each testicular lobules, there might be two to three seminiferous tubules. So there are never one single, but it could be almost 2 to 3. 3 के ऊपर है दो या तीन इतने होते हैं within each lobule. Now, from this seminiferous tubule, where sperms are produced. So, upon the testis, itna hi hai. The testes are divided into small compartment. This compartment are known as testicular lobules. It is pinkish ovoid structure present in the scrotum, etc. Within the seminiferous tubules are producing the sperms. Now, from there, the sperms will start its journey. Up movement करना चालू हो जाएगा. From there, I start with the duct system. So, अगर मैं sequence में डालता हूँ, so from here, if I talk seminiferous tubules. अब seminiferous tubules से sperm बहुत ही slow, but gradually it moves forward into the next part. So all the seminiferous tubules at the posterior lateral side of the testis, yeah, in the middle of the testis, they join to form small network of tubules. तो यहाँ पे मैं rough diagram बना रहा हूँ. तो सबके सब जो ducts है, वो यहाँ seminiferous tubules है, तो यहाँ पे join होंगे to form a network of tubules. This network of tubules is referred as rete testis. Syllabus में नहीं है. Okay, not required for us, पर याद रख सकते हो. बस इसमें भी function नहीं पढ़ना. सबका function एक ही है, transport of sperms. So from seminiferous tubule, it goes to rete testis. From the rete testis, the sperms will now move on the upper outer side of the testis to a very narrow duct or small tubes known as vas efferent. या एफ्लुएंट डक्ट्यूल्स या वासा एफ्लुएंशिया, अलग अलग मिक्सचर किया जाता है, ये भी चलेगा वास एफ्लुएंट. What happens? Small tubes which carry the sperm on the outside of the testis, which then opens into a highly coiled tubular structure. A highly coiled tubular structure present on the pole of the testis like a cap surrounding it, known as the third part. Sorry, ये third था, ये fourth part. That is epididymis. So second, third, fourth. हमारे सिलेबस में we have second नहीं है, third भी नहीं है हमारे लिए. We have directly epididymis. यहाँ पे दो चीजें पढ़नी, एक लोकेशन ऑफ एपिडाइमिस और दूसरा फंक्शन ऑफ एपिडाइमिस. सो एपिडाइमिस इज अ हाईली कॉइल्ड knotted tube present on the pole of the testis, and function wise it plays a very important role. सबसे पहले it stores the sperm. So sperm production starts in the puberty. It produces till the person dies, but 24/7 sperm production चालू है. Is it 24/7 sperm injection? So that time the sperms come and stay into the epididymis. यहाँ पे इसका function है storage. It provides maturity to the sperm, which gains motility. यहाँ पे मैच्योर होता है, स्टोर हो रहा है, it gains its motility. It's like epididymis में इंजन लग जाता है और थोड़ा फास्ट. That is what it is. So it gains motility, and most important, it cleans the bone out and dead sperms. Then sperm का average lifespan होता है 7 days. 7 days तक अगर यहाँ पे child just now entered into puberty or in sexual arousal, ejaculation, ये कुछ नहीं पता है. तो यहाँ पे sperms है, and after 7 days sperm will die. So अगर मैं ये tubular part है, I can compare this like a racing track. Okay, racing track पे sperms are like a car. Okay, सबके कार बिगड़ गए, बंद पड़ गए, तो track traffic jam. So I don't want that. So in order to keep this track clear, there are lysosomes into it, which will take care of the dead sperms. So periodically, the dead sperm will be cleaned so that the track is always clear. So it stores maturity, motility, and cleans the dead sperms. Clear with this? From there, epididymis, now the sperms move out of the scrotum. The scrotum से बाहर निकल रहे हैं. So a large duct. तो ये duct स्क्रॉटम से निकल के इंग्यूनल कैनाल से पास होके एब्डोमेन में जाके इरेटस को क्रॉस करके सराउंडिंग से it would come and join the opening of the urinary bladder, forming the vas deferens, also known as sperm duct. उसमें D, double F, D, F, E चलेगा. Sperm duct, but better to write vas deferens. It is the large duct which carries the sperm from the testis towards the penis. Is what sperm duct is. Okay. From the sperm duct, vas deferens, it will join the. अगर ये bladder है, ये bladder पे आके connect करेगा इसे. Okay. And from there, it would then enter into the penis, the common ejaculatory duct. Okay. Penile urethra, common ejaculatory duct, जो लिख सकते हो. Common ejaculatory duct. और urethra, which could be the body part and the penis urethra. So this is where this right up to here, what I mean by duct system. Duct system में except epididymis, बाकी कुछ भी पूछा एक ही function, transport of sperms. Then normally हाँ government to mention करना होता है, पर normally epididymis का function proper है, तो ये पूछा तो पूरा लिखोगे function. सिलेबस में है नहीं, सिलेबस में ये है नहीं. स्पर्म डक्ट पूछेंगे नॉर्मल, इसके बाद तो वही पूछते हैं. स्पर्म डक्ट में एक ही फंक्शन होगा, ट्रांसपोर्ट ऑफ स्पर्म फ्रॉम द टेस्टिस टू द पेनिस. नीचे का पार्ट. Yeah. So that completes your duct system. Then comes the next part. Is accessory glands. Now, how many accessory glands are there? Three. What are three accessory glands? Yeah. देखा जाए तो this is somewhat a rough diagram of a male reproductive part. I'm not going into a proper diagram. Then testes है. This part would be the epididymis, further forming the sperm duct, which moves out of the abdomen into the out of the scrotum towards the abdomen, goes around the ureter. Ureter से होते हुए it joins the urethral opening. Just before it joins the urethral opening, there is a pair of the first gland known as seminal vesicle. Then diagram में side view में देखते हो, इसके लिए आपको दोनों एक ही तरफ दिख रहे हैं. जब front में देखते हो तो ये ऐसे आ जाएगा. This is the urethral part. ये sperm duct, यहाँ का sperm duct, यहाँ पे gland है, यहाँ पे gland. So there are a pair of glands known as seminal vesicles. Then at the base of the urethra near the bladder, there is a second median gland known as prostate gland. And there is a third small gland present at the base of the penis known as Cowper's gland or bulbourethral gland. Now, then, आपको syllabus में इनका detail नहीं, the basic general knowledge is given, not too much of requirement, the what does it have, what are contents, etc. They are just given you terms of उनका nature क्या है. So seminal vesicles present at the point of the sperm duct, just where it meets the urethral opening. A pair of glands which secretes or which contributes 70% of the semen. 70 to 80% semen का ये gland contribute करता है. Secretion is known as seminal fluid. Now, what is the significance of the seminal fluid and nature of the seminal fluid? देखा जाए तो चलो ये भी alkaline nature ही है. It gives us permanent. Okay, और कुछ the motility of this और ठीक है, support. Then इनमें दो major part. There are a lot of enzymes and many other things, but majorly it is made up of calcium and it is made up of sugar, fructose. Now, syllabus में नहीं है, but for knowledge, then it is this calcium which not only helps in the motility of the sperm, but it is this calcium which gives the color to the semen. Semen is white milky fluid. That white milky color comes from the calcium. Fructose. It is a great source of fructose, and this fructose is required for the mortality. Sperm को energy चाहिए, energy के लिए food चाहिए, and food is always sugar, glucose, sucrose वगैरह. तो ये fructose. Okay. Now, then that's in terms of basic functioning. Your calcium, milk color, fructose in terms of giving energy. पर इसके अलावा और एक फंक्शन fructose का और एक काम है. If a girl is being raped or what to say as molested, so obviously forensic test करना पड़ता. So forensic test में on the vaginal swab, either you need to recover sperms, okay, या fructose identified on a vaginal swab confirms she has been molested, because this fructose only source is semen. Body ये fructose कहीं और नहीं बना सकता. So उसका एक ही source है, वो है semen, showing that there was a relation in that. Okay, so this is what forensic tests are using. Then comes the next part is prostate gland. Prostate gland is the largest gland in terms of reproductive glands. Okay, दिखने में ये दो दिखाई दे रहे हैं. Prostate gland ये यूरेथ्रा है और प्रोस्टेट उसके पीछे ऐसे है. There is a gap between the urethra and the gland. But when you are seeing from front view, आपको ये ऐसे दिखाई देगा. आप जब देख रहे हो, आपको दो पार्ट दिखाई दे. यहाँ पे दो पार्ट दिखाई दे रहे हैं. But that is why it is not a single medium. मतलब दो पार्ट में दिखाई देने वाला पार्ट. A prostate gland secretes almost 28 to 29% of the semen. Contributes prostatic fluid, okay, which is again made up of enzymes and many other things. One of the important part is it is also mostly alkaline. Why alkaline? To neutralize the acidic content of the urine as well as female. ये nullify करता है acidic content urine का, because urine यहाँ से ही pass होगी. So urine is acidic and sperm required alkaline needs. वरना sperms would be getting killed. So ये उसको neutralization का काम कर देता है in terms of alkaline. Same goes when sperms are entering into female vagina. The female vagina is acidic in nature. Okay, so उसको भी nullify करने के लिए the prostate gland is controlled. Prostate gland फंक्शन वाइज इतना ही दिया आपको, बट इसके अलावा और एक इंपॉर्टेंट सिग्निफिकेंस, मेजरली अ ट्रबलसम ग्लैंड कैंसर लीडिंग टू प्रोस्टेट कैंसर इन मेंस. मतलब 60 प्लस प्रोस्टेट कैंसर होने के चांसेस ज्यादा हो. 60 प्लस हुआ तो ऑब्वियस है ग्लैंड निकाल दो, नॉट इश्यू. तब तक दादा बन चुके होंगे, सेटल हो चुके होंगे, अब ग्लैंड की कोई जरूरत नहीं. जब सर्वाइव करना है तो ग्लैंड निकाल दो एंड यू वुड सर्वाइव विदाउट इट एट इट्स ओन कॉस्ट. आपको वीकनेस और बहुत सारे अलग प्रॉब्लम होंगे, बट जिंदा रहो. If not removed, then there will be a painful urination and many other problems. और शायद स्प्रेड होने के चांसेस भी होते हैं. That's it. अगर इस एज में हुआ तो प्रॉब्लमैटिक होगा. ऐसे नहीं कि you not become a dad, but again it has its own cons and pros. The third gland, Cowper's or bulbourethral gland, a very small gland which contributes negligible. अगर इनके comparison में देखते हो 8% भी. Okay, so negligible contribution is from this gland, referred as bulbourethral fluid or Cowper's fluid. Okay, also referred as pre-ejaculatory fluid. Just before the ejaculation, there is a 1 or 2 drop fluid which is being transferred from the corpus gland onto the head of the penis. Acts as a lubrication for the penis to move swiftly into the female vagina. So, इसका काम है lubrication करना. At the same time, it is also alkaline in nature, somewhat nullifies the acidic content of the female vagina. So these are the functions of your accessory gland: seminal, prostate, and corpus gland. कोई doubt है? आगे बढ़े. The last part, the male copulatory organ, which helps in the coitus or sexual act. We are not using the word sexual intercourse, sexual act, and many other things. We would be only referring the word coitus. Coitus is nothing but sexual relationship. So we say coitus, which is brought about by the male reproductive copulatory organ, penis. The penis, in terms of its structure, there are 2 parts of the penis. One is referred as body of the penis, and another is referred as head of the penis, which is actually referred not head but glans. So head को glans बोलते हैं and body of the penis. The body of the penis is a spongy tissue. Okay, ये empty or spongy होता है. So it is something like this. There are tissues surrounding the main urethral part, which are empty tissue-like structures. Whenever there is a blood rush, sexual arousal taking place, the blood rushes into these spaces. यहाँ पे spaces बहुत सारे होते हैं. So the blood enters into this. Because the blood is getting filled, it gets infiltrated, or what we say as the erection of penis. The most important disorder, erectile dysfunction. Okay, we say normally ED is associated with this. Again, a common misunderstanding is erectile dysfunction or sexual arousal or whatever talk about is because of the penis. No. Then all this is nothing to do with the penis. It is everything to do with your brain. Okay, psychological है, penis से कोई relation. Psychological part sexual arousal करेगा, इसके वजह से adrenal gland activate होगा, adrenaline rush होगा, इसके वजह से यहाँ पे blood fill होगा. Blood fills, then there would be proper function. So nothing to do with this part, everything to do with this one. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Then the tip of the penis, which is known as glans penis, is covered by a skin fold. This skin fold is known as foreskin or prepuce. Okay. Now, this skin fold of prepuce is a retractable fold skin. So ये पूरा ऊपर नीचे move कर रहा है and it is connected to the penis at one point only. तो अगर मैं circular path में दिखाता हूँ, ये है glans penis और ये है foreskin. तो वो foreskin सिर्फ किसी एक point पे connect होता है. Okay, this point of connection is sometimes cut, undergoing the operation known as circumcision. Okay. In certain communities, Muslim communities, okay, here the connection is cut off so that it is freely moved. Okay, then unka wo ritual hai. Try to understand it. That's their ritual, so they need to follow. But for us, if it is done, that is under the supervision of doctor. So it may be completely tightly attached. So urination and sexual part is coitus is painful. So in that time, doctor would suggest that you need to undergo circumcision. Okay, but the bad luck is we use this concept for identifying male, that is the non-Muslims and Muslims. Okay, you might have seen many pictures. जहाँ पे picture मतलब बहुत मैंने भी देखे हैं. उस time पे समझ में आता बच्चा था. And now it is understood. They have shown a lot of pictures जहाँ पे there is India-Pakistan war, या Hindu-Muslim war, etc. Then the riots हो रहे. Riots made a mob of people coming, catching a person, and pulling out his pant. Then हमें बड़ा हंसी लग रहा है. The fact remains that only. If it is circumcision is done, इसका मतलब वो Muslim है. And if it is not, then he is a non-Muslim. Okay? अगर वो हिंदू है, इसको ये करना पड़ा, तो what? Is a Muslim in that case? This is something which is absurd, but this is how it goes. So this is what the posting and the last tip of the pen is, that is glance. कोई doubt है?
No, sir.
What kind of lecture is?
Sir, what is the spelling of that?
Circumcision. C-I-R-C-U-M. Cision. C-I-S-I-O-N. Not required for you. Now, then apart from all this thing, we go ahead one last part and then we complete the male reproduction. Is in terms of the sperm. Okay, structure of sperm बाद में देखेंगे. But when I say sperm, we say sperm quantity and quality would be of it. As per the WHO standards. Okay, normally it is calculated as during one ejaculation approximately it could be 2 to 5 ml. Again, children vary करेगा. किसी का 1 ml, 0.5, तो 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 तक जाता है. Average ये calculate किया. So 2 to 5 ml अगर हुआ, that's the average semen which is released, within which 20 million per ml is considered as the average sperm count. A good, healthy average sperm count by individual is this. Conditions applied. Okay, now what is this conditions applied? Let's take an example. There are two persons A and B. एक का sperm count है 100 million per m. और दूसरे का है 6 million or 10 million per m. So almost 10 times. Okay? But difference there. Then when a person is having no problem, etc., doctor test बोलते हैं semen analysis. Okay? Then count मिलेगा, साथ में sperm का gradation किया जाता है. What's the gradation over here is highly motile, sluggish, non-motile. ये अलग-अलग इसके पैरामीटर्स होते हैं, पर मेजरली ये मेजर पैरामीटर्स. उसके अलावा एक पैरामीटर होता है नॉर्मल, एब्नॉर्मल. अब बंदे का 100 मिलियन स्पर्म काउंट है, बट उसमें ऑलमोस्ट 70% इज एब्नॉर्मल, और उसमें मैक्सिमम आर स्लगिश, नॉन मोटाइल एंड डिस. मोटाइल का परसेंटेज हार्डली 2 या 3% है, और वो भी उसमें एब्नॉर्मल फॉर्म है. काम का है, तो वो काउंट सिर्फ काउंट है, क्वांटिटी है. इस बंदे का 10 मिलियन है, बट मैक्सिमम 90% है नॉर्मल, उसमें से भी मैक्सिमम है हाईली मोटाइल, प्योर मोटाइल, और बहुत ही कम कैटेगरी में. तो भले काउंट कम है, but chances is still on the highest. Okay? So सिर्फ काउंट बनने से इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, it depends on many other parameters. So if a couple who is having problem in terms of conceiving a baby or whatever, then अपने यहाँ पे बहुत सिंपल लॉजिक जाता है। बॉयज में सिर्फ एक या दो फैक्टर कंसीडर किया जाता है क्या उसको बच्चा होगा कि नहीं। अब किसी में टेस्टिस है पर बिल्कुल the sperm count is 0, known as azoospermia, मतलब बंदा लड़का है, टेस्टिस भी है, पर ड्यू टू जेनेटिकल रीजन व्हाटएवर रीजन उसमें स्पर्म प्रोड्यूस ही नहीं होता। Okay, so he cannot be a father. Same goes for next condition, उसका काउंट बहुत कम है, ओलिगोस्पर्मी, ओलिगो मतलब लेस, तो उसमें भी चांसेस 0 नहीं है पर so then children 11th and 12th assisted reproductive techniques, IVF, IUI और बहुत सारी चीजें आ जाती। So that's where this comes. अब इसमें एक प्रॉब्लम आता है इस अपने यहाँ पे so called Indians में कि अभी भी कल्चरल जो पार्ट है we are still considered as a good ritual and heritage and cultural part वगैरह, अभी भी अपना कल्चर बहुत ऊपर है ऐसे मानते हैं। So when there is a problem in terms of conceiving etc., normally the blame is always on the females and never on the males. Males में एक आध reason हो सकता है, but the male never want to accept that he has a problem. Okay, so it is always blamed on to the guys of females. But no doubt, compared to females, male में एक दो problem होते हैं, और females में there could be thousands of reasons for not. There would be a batteries of tests to be undergone. इसीलिए लड़की जब माँ बनना चाहती है, if she feels that it is problem for her and not for genes, because उसके लिए सिर्फ 2 या 3 टेस्ट है, उस पे भी उसको क्या है, just need to remove the semen and keep her analysis. बॉडी पे कुछ नहीं करना उसको, जो भी बॉडी पे करना है वो सिर्फ फीमेल का ही है। So she need to go through all the pain to get it corrected and then to conceive. And इसीलिए बहुत सारे पिक्चर में बोलते हैं ना आजकल एक स्पर्म तो आता है उससे और क्या है, just one sperm is required to have a baby. That's it. But that girl need to face a lot right from carrying the baby to 9 months से लेके बहुत कुछ. So by that we completed the part. I think lecture
12 minutes.
Okay, I think share screen कर लेता हूँ.
मतलब कई और इस पे लॉगिन हो गए। हाँ सर, फाइंड आउट दिखाइए। हाँ। तैयारी नहीं होगा सर, फाइंड आउट पासवर्ड डालना प्लीज।
Online children, are you able to see the PPT?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the male reproductive system, testes, duct, accessory gland, copulative organ. Next. Scrotum, embryonic stage, inguinal canal, cryptorchidism. Next. Temperature regulation by 2 to 3 degrees or 2 to 4 degrees and hot while it is flow, it is running close to the body. Okay, this is a structure, seminiferous tubules, testicular lobules, epididymis, then the part, and from here the sperm duct goes upward. Yes, seminiferous tubule, rete testis, vas efferentia, then come epididymis, and then come vas deferens. Okay, one part जो miss out किया मैंने, not missed out, but syllabus में detail नहीं है, आपको सिर्फ word याद रखना है. चल, within the seminiferous tubule, the sperm produced by a process known as spermatogenesis. Now, kindly understand this, student. आपको इस syllabus में नहीं है, but ये word है. So, formation of sperm is known as spermatogenesis. Now, यहाँ पे ये एक seminiferous tubule है. ये दूसरा सेमी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है। अपन स्टार्टिंग में कहा था that within the testicular lobule 2 to 3 ये 2 दिया हुआ है। अब within the seminiferous tubule there are cells at different stages of development. सबसे पहला जो लाइनिंग होता है उसको बोलते हैं germinal epithelium which goes on to form spermatogonia which undergoes meiosis 1 then meiosis 2. So spermatogonium goes on to form primary spermatocyte then secondary spermatocyte then spermatids ultimately forming the spermatozoa and इसे अपन sperm कहते हैं। Within the seminiferous tubules there are cells at different stages of development. What are cells? Germinal, spermatogonia, primary, secondary, spermatids and lastly sperms. पर इनके बीच में there are huge cells, बड़े-बड़े टावर जैसे cells होते हैं जिनको सर्टोली cells कहा जाता है। याद कर सकते हो लिखना सर्टोली cells provides nourishment to this growing cells. तो इसके अंदर भी इनको फूड तो चाहिए तो ये नरिशमेंट ये कर रहा है। साथ में it is the secretion of the Sertoli cells which converts spermatids last stage into sperms. Spermatid round होता है जबकि sperm में tail आया। तो ये डेवलपमेंट Sertoli cells का। अक्सर इस पूरे डायग्राम में ऐसे आपको एक वर्ड याद रखना था वो है दूसरा वर्ड जो आपको याद है the lyrics, also known as interstitial cells. They are present between the seminiferous tubules, also known as interstitial cells, which act as the endocrine cells, producing the male hormone testosterone and androgens. The androgens or testosterone, Leydig cells or interstitial cells बना है. Next. Leydig cells function, epidermis functions, sperm duct का function already discussed किया है. Hernia, when the intestine enters to the inguinal canal into the scrotum part, तब उसको hernia बोला जाता है. Side view है, front view है. So if we talk about this diagram, 1 is ureter, 2 is seminal vesicles, 3 is penis, 4 is scrotum, 5 is testis, 6 is glans penis, 7 is epididymis, 8 is the urethral opening, 9 is prostate gland, and 10 is sperm duct. Okay, ये front view है, ये side view है. यहाँ पे अगर देखोगे तो testis, epididymis, sperm duct urethra से होते हुए यहाँ पे आ रहा है. Where these are the seminal vesicles, पीछे की तरफ prostate gland, यहाँ पे Cowper's gland. Seminal vesicles 70 to 80% alkaline in nature, as the fructose as well as calcium into it. Prostate gland, prostatic fluid, alkaline nature utilize कर रहा है 20 to 30%. That's it. Cowper's gland. Okay. Any doubts? So, okay. In the next lecture, we start with the female reproductive system. How much time is it break now? 15 minutes. इसके बाद भी एंडोक्राइन बात है. वो अलग अगर से फिर होता से चीफ और ये टीम लीडर है इसको नाम करके टीम मैं मानता फिर 7 day advance से तो we all to go from here together हम लोग क्या करते थे यहाँ से अगर 4 या 3 से विधि और फिर इस बार नहीं होता हम लोग मैंने मतलब एबीसी मैंने ज्वाइन किया उससे बस में ब्रेक किया हमने सीमाइट कोई को पेपर से को आया ये हो सकता है कोई आराम नहीं सकता इस साल मेरा नाम गया तो क्योंकि मैं 2 साल गया उसके बाद मैं 2 साल में रिजेक्ट कर दिया मेरा नाम बहुत हिट लिस्ट में था ऑलरेडी पर ये बहुत मैंने उनको बोला जाना ही नहीं जो करना है एक्शन लेना है ऐसे बैठो डैम कहना बहुत है
ईडी करके होता है क्या
इस एग्जाम में होते हैं और 3 लीडर मैं ऐसे जा रहा हूँ कि मैं जा रहा हूँ मेरे ऊपर टीम लीडर है टीम लीडर बस और कुछ चांस था अभी उसके ऊपर फिर आपका चीफ एग्जाम तो मैंने कभी आई नेवर बैठा कंटिन्यूअस पार्ट मतलब सीखा से कंटिन्यूअस जाना और
बच्चे को 80 मिला तो आपको रिपोर्ट करना पड़ता
तो हमें नहीं करना होता है क्या मैं सिर्फ पेपर चेक करना है कम मिला वो प्रॉब्लम ज्यादा मिला तो प्रॉब्लम इन बिटवीन मिला कोई इशू नहीं और पहला मैं चेक करूंगा अगर तू मेरा टीम लीडर है तो तू मेरा पेपर चेक करेगा और फिर वहां से वो चीफ
एग्जामिनर राइटर
भी रैंडम लेता है और अगर मेरे पास या 8 डिपेंड्स के बस देता है और फिर इस से 4 या 5 एग्जाम तो उस पर नेगेटिव मार्क आ गया नॉर्मली वो आपके ना पेपर ज्यादा बस फर्स्ट टाइम कर रहा है ठीक है